Yo, what's good, guys? KosherTech here. So today we got some more Chinese RGB fans to review. Let's go. Now these bad boys are from DeepCool. These are the MF120GT. You could basically cop them on Amazon. I want to say they're like around 65 bucks. I copped two. So basically gonna spend like $1.30. I mean, depends. Maybe they'll be on sale. Maybe $1.20. You know how the prices always change. But anyways, I got two. Basically spent $1.30. So that's a 3-pack in here and a 3-pack. So that's 6 fans altogether. Now they work with, you got the Aura Sync, the Razer Chroma, the Gigabytes, the MSI, the aRGB. So all mobile manufacturers, including Razer Chroma. So what do we get inside the box? We got 3 fans, a fan hub, aRGB hub, and a aRGB controller. Very nice presentation, I gotta say, for the price point. We have the name of the fans. We have the mobile support over here. We have the X shape. It's very interesting. We'll talk about that, PWM. Now, all the specifications here, I'm going to put them in the description below. But quickly, they range from 400 RPM all the way to, 500 RPM to 1800 RPM. Again, all the specs are going to be very nice presentation. Front view, you have this X shape. But yeah, looks very dope. Let's quickly unbox it. Let's talk about it. Let's see if this bad boy is worth it. All right, so we got a little box in a box. So this is the accessory box, and we got the fans. I guess let's just take everything out. Put that here. Man, as always, man, DeepCool does not disappoint with the packaging. Very nice. We have all the connectors over here. Now, these are 120 mil fans. Everything is, okay, I like this, how they did this right here. But you know what? Let's take the accessories out, too. What we got here? Put this all out. All right, so we have a little booklet over here. Is this an instructional guide? All right, so we have a little instructional guide over here, basically explaining everything, what is what. What we got here, all the connections and whatnot. Of course, we'll go over all of that in this video. We have different screws over here. We have radiator screws. I want to say just radiator screws. I guess we have more screws in here. So yeah, we have fan screws over here. I'm going to take out the back, as well as we have radiator screws. So if you want to use these on your AIOs, all-in-one liquid coolers, you could definitely use these. It also has screws there too, which is nice. Now, of course, I mean, like I said, we do have screws here. And what we got here, this is the fan controller over here. This is the adhesive. You could just take this out and plug it in. This goes into a 4-pin over here. So you want to plug this into any 4-pin PWM header, and you're going to connect all these fans here, and you know, you're going to use all these fans. I'm going to show you guys basically how to connect everything. And now this is the controller, I want to say, for the addressable aspect. If I just could take this plastic off. Right, so this is the controller, basically. Now, if you're not going to be using the aRGB functionality with your motherboard, so for instance, if your motherboard has a 4-pin, 12-volt header, right, it's not going to work. So you're going to essentially use this instead, you know, for you to have the aRGB functionality instead of, you know, plug it into your mobile, since you can. Now, I believe this is very self-explanatory. We have the LED speed minus, plus, and I believe this center one over here is the mode. You guys can see it here. And we're going to show over, and it connects via SATA, which is nice. This is, I am curious. I believe these are fan splitters or something. But let's see. Now, basically everything is labeled instead of, it wasn't labeled here. So this is the aRGB, add RGB. So this is going to be just for your RGB, which is nice. I like everything that's labeled. It's easier, especially for a new user. It's going to be a lot easier. So we got here all your aRGB functionalities. Again, I'm going to show you guys in a sec. So we have here up to 5 fans. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where you're going to put the aRGB. This is the connector. Again, I'm going to show you guys. And I want to say 6. So I want to say 6 fans. My bad. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is really, really dope. Again, adhesive here too. Let's take a look at the fans. I took everything out of the box. Man, I gotta say, listen, fans feel hella cheap. Very plasticky, very, not obviously you're gonna tell me all fans are plastic, but there's difference in plastic. Right? There's that nice plastic, that premium plastic, and then there's that Chinese plastic. Right? This right here is some Chinese plastic. The only reason why I'm saying that is because of the price. You know what I'm saying? If these were 30 bucks, I could understand 40 bucks, but these things are $65, so they're a little wild. But anyways, you have this X over here. I'm gonna show you guys here. Check this out. So you have this X logo over here. So essentially with this is for the exhaust. So the front here, right, this is for the exhaust. Now when you flip it, this is for intake. So the air is going to be pushing towards you, right? It's going to be for intake. This is exhaust, I believe, and then it's pushing my way. So that's how they essentially did these did this design. Like I said, you can see a little flex over here, very cheap, I gotta say. You have a little rubber padding over here to dampen out the sound. You have, how many got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fan blades. Like I said, you have your aRGB connector over here, and then you have your proprietary RGB connector, and then you have your 4-pin PWM header for the fans. And this X does light up, right? It's gonna light up. I'm gonna show you guys. They only come in black, unfortunately, not white. But now let's just quickly install them. All right, so the installation is pretty simple. I just took out all the fans, just 3 fans here. We're just gonna do a quick demonstration of 3 fans. Now, it's really, the addressable headers are pretty simple. It's self-explanatory here. It's broken down. So this one over here has a little sticker. This is for ASRock and Asus. ASRock, Asus, and MSI motherboards. Now, this one is only 4 gigabytes. So it's very simple. Now, if you have an addressable header or 3-pin 5-volt header, what you're going to do essentially is if you want to use the addressable features, this RGB hub, right, or controller, you're going to essentially put it here, right, and then whichever motherboard you're going to have, you're going to put the 3-pin in there, and that's voila, and then you're just going to connect the fans, right? So I want to say, like I said, this is for 6 fans. It actually doesn't support, it's only for 5 fans. So here everything's labeled 1 through 5. And then we have an out. This out essentially is you could daisy chain, which I'm going to do. I'm going to take these fans out and I'm going to daisy chain them, etc., etc. But yeah, I mean, you're going to plug all these fans in and then you're going to plug into the mobile, and then that's it for that one end. Now, if you don't have a 5-volt, if you have a 12-volt, what essentially you're going to do is you're going to use this controller, which has the SATA connector. So again, same thing, you're gonna plug it into here, and then you're gonna plug the SATA into your SATA from the power supply, and then you're just gonna use this to change the speeds and all that other good stuff. Now, unfortunately, they don't have it, you won't be able to plug it in through a reset switch, because that would have been so much easier, because what you could do is just press the reset button, restart button, and it would just switch colors. But here actually doesn't give you this option, which is pretty dumb because you have to press this for it to change colors. So I don't understand why they did it like that, because usually they just give you a reset switch and it's a lot easier. But anyways, what you're gonna do is then where it says here 1 through 5, you're gonna put the fans in here in order, right? So you're gonna plug this one into here as 1, and then this one over here as 2, right? And so on and so forth. You're gonna continue. Then what you're essentially gonna do is you're gonna use the 4-pin PWM header, and you're gonna plug them in into here, into this this hub for the fan speed. So these wires, these 4-pin wires, what you're going to want to do is you're going to plug them in into here. Also, I believe it's also numbered, so we have here 1 through 4. So again, same thing, you know, plug it into here from the bottom. Bam, that's 1 fan. If it goes in, if it goes in, there you go. And then same thing, other fan, and as you go, pretty self-explanatory. That's it. You're gonna plug this into SATA for power, and that's it. Now, these I believe are just fan extensions, I wanna say. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. But yeah, that's simple as that. Now, let me connect everything and let's see how they rock. Let's go. All right, so as you guys can see, the fans are installed. Now, the thing is, like I did say, when they're open like this, that means they're pushing air inside. When you see the X, that means they're exhausting air essentially, you know, out. Or like I have the X up here, the exhausting air on top. So the intake orientation is this way. Now they're at 1,000 RPM. Let's see how they sound. Now I gotta say at 1,000, they actually are really, really nice. Let's turn them up. We're gonna turn them to 1,500. So right now they are running at 1,500. Now I gotta be a buck with you guys. At 1,500, they are way too loud. They are very, very loud at 1,500 RPM, as you guys could hear for yourselves. Now this is at max RPM. Now you guys hear it at max RPM. This thing sounds like a lawnmower, honestly. They are way too loud at max RPM, guys. So if you want some quiet fans at like 1500, 1600, or even 1800 RPM, these, I'll be a buck with you guys. One sec. So I turn them back down. Now, like I said, at max RPM, they're way too loud. At 1500 RPM, unfortunately, they're also way too loud. Now, me personally, these, for the price, I mean, let's do the conclusion of the video. Let's show the RGBs and whatnot. Let's go. All right, guys, so let's run through the RGB colors really quick. Now, what I did essentially is I took the DeepCool CF120 controller, and I essentially plugged it into these fans. So what I could do is I can now press the reset button for it to switch colors instead of using the actual controllers that came with the MF120s. Because with the MF120s, you unfortunately can't use the reset switch. You have to use that controller and press it. But the thing is, like, you would have to constantly remove it, you know, open the chassis from the back and, you know, press the buttons. It just, it's a big F up. I don't know what DeepCool was thinking of doing that. Next, as you guys saw, these things are very loud. I wouldn't recommend them, to be honest with you. They're overpriced and they're very loud. Also, another thing is these fans would be more optimized for the aRGB functionality, obviously through your mobile, because in this, you know, there's no brightness adjustment, there's no LED speed adjustment. So you're just really, all you have to do now is just press the button for the colors to change. So, you know, it's no bueno there. Also, another thing is there's no RGB at the fan itself. So that's whack. Like, all you get is those little stupid X's, and that's basically it. But the fan itself, it's not RGB. And the outside, there's no outside ring or inside ring for it to actually illuminate more. So you don't have that as well. So again, for the price, no bueno. For all the Chinese RGB fans which I reviewed, even non-Chinese RGB fans that I reviewed, these I gotta say are just way too overpriced. We're gonna run through the colors right now. You know, this is basically rainbow. You have this effect over here. Now the X's for me, it's just, it doesn't fit me. Yeah, you get this X thing, it is what it is, but you know, just, I don't know. I'm not feeling them whatsoever, especially for the price. You have this effect. You have this effect. If you do, listen, if you're considering which fans, get the CF, if you like DeepCool, get the CF120 fans, because they were just better compared to these MF. The CF they look exactly like the QLs, very similar, and they actually perform hella well, and they're very quiet. You know, you got this white, and you have this X thing, but you know, I can't adjust it. There's like, I wish they would give us a remote, you know, for me to, or like some other way of me controlling them. Like I said, this more for aRGB. If you're gonna plug this in via 5 volt, go for it. But it just doesn't go. And also the RGB hub itself supports 6 fans. That out, you see over there, you can put in the 6th fan. And you have blue, you have this purple. And that's basically it. Now, I gotta say, using I believe using the actual stock controller, you get a bit more colors. But for me to make it easier representation for you guys, I just decided to do it this way, so it'll just look a lot more neater. But you get a few more colors and a few more effects, but that's basically it. But it's not going to be as bright as I would like it to be. So, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys are rocking these fans, let me know. Just let me know all together what you guys think, man. As always, guys, I'm KosherTech. I'm going to catch you cats next time. Deuces!